think I'm a little out of it. Today's been relatively low energy, as much as as much as energy ever fluctuates, at least for me. But I think possibly, when you're striving for something, I don't want to say striving, you have a goal, you have an aspiration, and you reach it, there's that little bit of, it's not a letdown, but it is an emotional down point where your um, energy just drops a bit because you've been expanding so much towards something that now it just wants to settle, just wants to rest, just for a little bit, which is good because that means that I worked for what I wanted and things fell into place. I mentioned before, quite a bit actually, the um, Hawaiian shamanism, the art of making a wish, and they talk about the dark side of wishing, how obviously if you wish for your channel to grow, and there's nothing wrong with making a wish, as long as you examine it, what's the purpose of it? How's it going to serve? Is it a wider wish instead of a narrow, egoic type of wish? But the dark side is you make that wish, and you have to accept the what accompanies it. So if you wish for a longer life and you live to be 97, but the past 20 years you were in ill health, that makes a big difference. So we're careful what we wish for. Let's see, Burpee Reaper's here. Burpee Reaper put in the big reps today. How'd it go? I popped in a couple times. I didn't get a chance to stay though. And Jacob's here. Jacob, how are you? Jacob says, happy Sunday, brother. Mr. Yogi, salute. Salute to you, my friend. How are you recovering after that big workout in the sun, Jacob? Let's see. Reaper says, I went live near the end. I heard you mention one of the times I popped in. I'll be checking it out. Let me go look for the tag. 1 second. So what do you think? Did you think it was the same? Do you think it was harder? Do you think it was easier? It slows the motion down a bit. So maybe in some ways we could say easier, but because it slows the motion down, it also can make it a little bit harder. Let's see. I'm looking for Burpee Reaper. Usually he's right up there on my page. I know what I got to do. Just give me a second, guys. Let's see. Reaper says, I sweated it. Definitely did, Eric. But that made it challenging. It's nice to have that new challenge. I mean, we always have that option, doing more reps, doing faster reps. But doing different reps is a nice challenge as well. Reaper, you ever do 8-count bodybuilders? Jacob says, been feeling tired all day today. Took a rest day today. Yeah, I didn't see you pop up. A workout like that, it was a lot of reps, and it was in some big heat. So you definitely need a recovery day. People don't realize how, and Reaper will tell you as well, how much that sun takes it out of you. Reaper says, yes, but not counting. I call them Burpee X. Um, they used to be one of my favorite. I stopped doing them with the nasal breathing, but I want to add them back in without the counting as well. All right, so I got Burpee Reaper up. I'll be checking it out right after the live. I don't know how long I'm going to stay live. We'll see. Reaper says, speaking of those, I did them yesterday. Awesome. Believe it or not, it makes a difference counting them out loud as well. Iron Wolf is onto something, obviously. I mean, he's a Marine Corps sergeant. Those were his standards. Those were his favorite. He said when everyone else was calling it a day, he would be behind the barracks doing his 8-count bodybuilders over and over and over again. I haven't done one of his routines in, man, it's probably been over a year. Jacob says, see to you, Mr. Legendary Burpee Reaper. I seen you live, and you did great on those 6 counts. Sleep, brothers. Awesome. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I see Osiris left a comment. I read it as a 6 bump. So tomorrow's going to be the nasal breathing, right? Squirrel Sniper says, greetings again, Eric in chat. Greetings, Squirrel Sniper. How are you? How's your Sunday going? I know they don't rightly celebrate Father's Day in Great Britain, but happy Father's Day to you, my friend. I've heard about your the lovingness when you were talking about painting your daughter's room. So, man, this must have been a month or so ago. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Reaper says, sounds like Osiris wanted to say 6 pump. Well, you know, it's from the Pump King. It's from Mr. 5 Pump himself, so it's only logical to think 6 pumps. Reaper says, okay, nasal breathing, only how can I do that without using my mouth to breathe? You just got to keep it sealed. Every rep is very mindful. If you start going too fast, the oxygen builds up quick, and it'll hit you right in the gut. You won't be able to help it. There's such a thing called air hunger, and if you go too fast in a very short time, you get that air hunger, and there's no going back. You got to breathe through your mouth. So you got to be mindful of every rep. Only go as fast as your nasal breathing lets you. When I first wanted to make sure that I was nasal breathing, I would tape my mouth, a little piece of medical tape, tape my mouth shut at night. Oh, Reaper says, speak out the count. Yeah, you won't be able to speak out the count at all. So it's all going to be in your head. It's a silent stream. Mohammed's here. Mohammed, how are you? Mohammed, are you in Turkey now? Furcar Nate, good afternoon, Yogi. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you, Nate. I appreciate you being here. Nate, if you happen to be a father, happy Father's Day. If you're not a father, happy Father's Day to your father for raising such a good son. Squirrel Sniper says they do. Had a great day this morning. They took me out for pizza. Nice. On the seafront, even better. Drove, of course. But hey, it's the thought that counts. You spent some beautiful time with your kids. Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventure says, hey everyone. Jeremy and Cheryl, how are you? Hope you are having a happy Father's Day, my friend. As I mentioned, always, even when they're not here, uh, Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventure is a really fun place to hang out. Just join the morning show. You know, I talk it up, but talk is cheap, guys. Just show up, hang out, and enjoy, and you'll be hooked. Let's see. Todd Picogram, aka Satan, Jerusalem Orthodox Church, has the holy fire from, I can't see that word. It's blocked by my dirty desktop. By God, every year on the day before Resurrection Sunday, by their calendar at the church, the Holy Scripture in Jerusalem. Well, that's important information, I imagine. I appreciate you sharing it. Jeremy says you all hit the like button. Thank you for that. Thumbs up. Very much appreciated. Muhammad said 12:15 a.m. 12:15 a.m. you will be heading out there. Right now he is in Baghdad. Reaper says, okay, perfect. Thank you, Eric. You're welcome. Hey, did you decide on the restaurant? Where are you going to go out to eat? Muhammad said, no, my friend, I was late for my plane. So my plane is tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, I'll be thinking about you. Sending out prayers in your direction for safe travel. Happy to hear that you're going to be reunited with your family. Reaper says, Eric, trying to now convince my daughter that I want Indian food, but she don't want it. Did you tell her that she can eat with her hands? Milka McCarty is here. Master Sergeant, retired, Milka is here. Milka, how are you? Milka did squats yesterday. She did wall squats yesterday. She did overhead press and planks and curls. It's a big workout, full body. Two Cap says Indian food is the best. Butter chicken. Yeah, but Reaper might not be able to go, so I don't want to build it up too much. Milka likes Indian food quite a bit. Milka is more food eclectic than I am. She's more daring. I'm a basic guy. Reaper says she's scared for food poisoning. Oh, it'll be perfectly safe. It can be pretty spicy though, so be careful what she orders. Two Cap says my favorite is veggie korma. Reaper says that's what I'm looking forward to. Eric, I think Indian food might be the spiciest food. It could be mistaken. Thai food, pretty spicy. I think Indian food. You let me know, Milka and Thomas, because it's been a long time since I've eaten Indian food. Although I have a version with my chickpeas and potatoes. What is it, dal? And I eat that every day. What's the spiciest food, Milka and Thomas? What do you think? Is it Indian? T-Cap says, nice job, Milka. Thomas is hitting some weights nowadays. Overhead press and some squats. I did some kettlebell pressing today. I was really happy with that. It's been a bit. Steven Schuster says, hola from Canada. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day to you, my friend. And if you're not a father, happy Father's Day to your dad. Appreciate you being here, Steven, all the way from Canada. Let's see. Milka says, thank you. Two Cap says, garlic naan. Naan. Is it naan or naan? Milka says, I love Indian food. Thomas says, I like all the spicy things. And Milka says, I like me some spices too. So, is Thai food spicier or hotter than Indian food? I've always thought of Indian food again as the hottest. That pretty person says, can I be mod? I've been mod for 6 channels, and I'm trying to stop hate and abuse. You know what? I really appreciate the fact that you're trying to stop hate and abuse, as well as wanting to be mod. I actually just got rid of a couple mods. I'm trying to sort of simplify things a bit. And what I normally do is have people show up for, a couple weeks and just hang out, be friendly. And then if they ask to be mod, I 10 times out of 10 say yes. So, hey, I'm all about ending hate and abuse for sure. Here's what I've been talking about the past few days. It's a line from A Course in Miracles that do not seek to change the world. We can't do it. But seek to change how we perceive the world. So if we ourselves are a force of peace, if we ourselves are a presence of peace, a presence of love, then love extends from there for each one of us. So the best way to stop hate and abuse is we just always work on ourselves. We work on ourselves. And by that, I don't mean self-improvement. I mean getting rid of the things that stand between us and the reality of who we are, which is always and only love. So, that pretty person, I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate what you're doing. TCAP says, also the chefs each do it differently, so even the same restaurants can vary day to day. I didn't know that. That sounds pretty awesome. Mocha says you can always ask for less spice. Goldie says, hi there, lovely people. Goldie, my friend, how are you? Goldie, how was the chicken and mashed potatoes? Hey, you know what? I know they don't celebrate Father's Day in Romania, and I know you're not a father, but a salute to Goldie because she served both roles. Single mom. She was a mother and a father. She had enough love in her heart to do both of those things. So again, even though it's not a both Mother and Father Day, and even though it's not celebrated in Romania, I just want you to know that what you've done is appreciated, especially as your daughter goes into taking those really big exams. So just putting that thought out there, my friend. Mocha says, Thai food is hotter, I think. Thai spicy. So, I'm not the most popular channel. However, I might stake a claim to saying that in this channel, the best greetings go around. We got a hi, lovely Mocha, and we got a hello to the beautiful Goldie. Steven Schuster says, thank you. Love your channel. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best on it. Don't know where it's going. You know what? I don't think I'm supposed to know where it's going. It's a day-by-day thing. Each day I put out the things that I love, and I see what happens. And it's not even about how people respond. If you're putting out things that you love and it's all thinking about response, is it really love or is it result-based? Love simply is and doesn't have a care how things unfold because it knows it's always going to be in the presence of love. So I try to say process-orientated and not result-orientated. I'm not saying I'm always successful with that, though. And that doesn't also mean that we don't have goals. But it's along the lines of what they say in the Bhagavad Gita, that we have the rights to our effort, but not to the results. The results are always in the hands of God. But the effort that we put in, that's up to us. Steven says, time for me. It's hot, hot, hot. Mocha says, Korean food is even hotter. It might be the hottest. I don't know if I've ever had Korean food. I used to like Thai food. It's been a long time. Again, my diet is so simple. Anyone would look at it and say, man, you got the boringest diet in the world. And they would be correct. However, boring doesn't necessarily mean not enjoyable. Every day, I look forward to what I eat. It's fresh, it's new. So, basic works for me, I've discovered. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't have some pancakes. I think I've covered my love of pancakes. I think even if you don't know my channel and someone said Yogi on another channel, they'd be like, isn't that the pancake guy? The guy that's always talking about pancakes. Teacup says, one nibble and I had snot running. Couldn't taste the rest of the meal, but I laughed it off because of my own arrogance. It was pure horseradish with salmon roe. That was Korean food, or was that something else? Mocha says hello to Muhammad. Teacup says, I think Thai is hotter. But can you eat Thai food with your fingers? Jacob says, let me skip down just a little bit. Goldie says, Urban College, you have Medica. Is it time yet? What time is it? I don't, but I should. I'm going to get him up in just a minute. And I want to, at the very least, wish our friend a happy birthday. There he is. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm dealing with the image of Thomas having a little morsel of food and suddenly snot running down his nose. Jacob says, blessings to you all. Salute. Hit the like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi. Thank you for that, Jacob. Dottie's here. Dottie, how are you? Dottie has a, Dottie, is it live or is it a premiere this evening at 7:30 Great Britain time? Is it Great Britain time? I think it's called something else, right? Mocha says, yeah, I prefer spicy but flavorful. Some like to burn their faces off with pure heat. That's the way I used to be. That ain't me. It's got to taste too. It's got to taste good too. Sorry. Lewis said, Two-Cap says, Lewis, get the tandoori. It's not spicy. I think Lewis wants spicy. It says his daughter's worried about food poisoning, but be absolutely safe. You know, you go to a popular restaurant, look online and get one with, you know, the most stars, the best reviews. Goldie says she's good. To Muhammad, she's at work. It was a beautiful day. Awesome. I'm glad. Daddy says, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for that. I watched Goldie do some painting inside of her van today. Teacup says, also the potato thing. My mind is blanking on the name. And get the yogurt sauce. It cools it all down. Excellent advice. Goldie says, thank you, Eric. That's kind of you to say. You're welcome, Goldie. I really, honestly, it's just one of those things that you definitely need that appreciation shown. Not an easy job, but a job that you put all your love into. That's for sure. Teacup says, like the carrot pudding for dessert. Carrot pudding, I've not heard of that. Muhammad says, I hope a good and wonderful day for Goldie. Teacup says, mango lassi is a treat. Well, you said mango. Mocha's good with anything mango. Mocha says, I have experience with single motherhood too. I sometimes send my sister something for Father's Day. Yeah, Mocha certainly does have that experience. Daddy says, Mocha Goldie 2-cap, Resect Goldie. So, yep, guys, if you're around, don't forget to check out. If you're not subscribed to Dottie, definitely do so. You get great nature videos. You get to witness her revamping, refurnishing. What's another word I'm looking for? Her van into something special, and then she's going to go off on a grand adventure, all through Great Britain. Wales, Scotland, Ireland. Was that it? I think that's all there is, right? No, there was one other place. I can't remember it, though. Muhammad says, well, I'm really good today because I lost my flay. What's the flay? Bumblebee T is here. Our friend T. T, how are you? Hello, everyone. Happy Father's Day to all fathers, including those in heaven. Nice. Wonderful greeting. Tiger Gaming is here. Tiger, how are you? Tiger says, hey, Eric, what's up? Not much. How are you doing? Mocha says, I love Thai food. We had a Thai restaurant up the street from my house for a long time, probably over 20 years. I don't know why it ever went out of business. I think they might have, the original owners sold it, and then it just didn't do as well. Bumblebee says, wish I could get a smile from my late dad. It's his birthday Tuesday too. I know that feeling, my friend. Definitely. I wish I could have another conversation with my father. Teacup says sushi. Sushi's always a good bet. And let's see. Now, I thought I was caught up. I'm not even close to being caught up. Let me get on my desktop. I think it's a little easier. So I do have Medic up now. I went over and I said happy birthday. And then when we're done talking, I'll spend some time there. Steven Susha says, have you read all those books in the background? Not all of them, but probably all but a few. Some, like, I don't know if you can see behind me, the book, The Lore of Running. It's not a book that you like open at the beginning and read all the way through. It's dense, and it has everything you need to know about running, from sprinting, mile races, all the way to ultra running, all the way to 100-mile races. Invaluable guidebook. And then I have stuff like, blogging for dummies, things along those lines. But every readable book that is up there has either been read or will eventually be read. I appreciate that question. Let's see. Muhammad says, I mean, it was too late, and therefore I was late for my plane to Turkey. But tomorrow at 1 o'clock, our friend Muhammad will be on his way to Turkey to be with his family. Once again, I just let you know that prayers for safe travel are with you, my friend. Teacup says the comedy was also the stereotypical Japanese lady foreboding. Are you sure? It's very spicy. Um, yeah, the wasabi. But other than that, I don't think it was all that spicy. Milka says her father died Christmas Eve 2022. Hard to believe it's going on 2 years. Goldie says, Muhammad, are you Turkish? I believe he is from Iraq, but his family is in Turkey. Teacup says, in India, you will get it because we aren't used to the water, but not because of poor practice. Poor practices. True. Did I say Goldie instead of Daddy Door the Explorer? Daddy Door UK Explorer. If I did, I apologize for that. Teacup says that's not the proper name, but the best that I can describe it. My father passed away in 2021 as well. Bumblebee says, or T says, Goldie, I read above message, got confused, sorry. Mocha just subscribed to Goldie, awesome. Mocha, are you subscribed to Dottie? Teacup says, wasabi is no issue, that's what surprised me. You know what? Wasabi can be no issue for me, and then every once in a while, it hits a certain spot, and everything starts to flow. I don't know why. It's weird. Mocha likes wasabi. Daddy says I feel so lucky to still have both my parents. Dad is 94, and my mom is 89. Well, that's awesome, and I'm glad you still have your parents. How are they doing, Daddy? Mom said he's sorry because his internet is okay. That's right, my friend. Goldie says, Mocha, I was only checking. If you said a high five, I would have been very suspicious. Did I miss something up there? Where'd the high five come from? Let's see. Sorry, guys. Mocha says my father was 93 and would still be alive if he hadn't left the house and fallen. He froze to death. Yeah, her father was tough. Teacup says it's a shame that in North America, so many of the connections to ancient civilization are obscured. Living somewhere like Turkey or Iraq must greatly increase your connection to history. You know, I've read similar things that, especially in desert areas, time is different. The past is more present, if that makes sense. Interesting observation, Thomas. And Mocha just subscribed to Dottie. Awesome. Teacup says, yes, interesting about spicy things. Some are nasal, front of the mouth, and some back of the throat. Yeah, that's true, and that's the way it is with wasabi. Is it'll hit you differently, and when it hits in that nasal area, um, it's not like it's too spicy. It just hit funny for some reason. Muhammad says, "I'm sorry for your loss, Smoker." Teacup says, "My bro-in-law, his grandpa died with his boots on, 89. He fell in a ravine on the back of his property, clearing the brush. Doing what he loved, working." Daddy says, "Mom walks every day. Dad is blind in one eye, but is not unable to walk far. Uh, but he tells some great stories from World War II. My father was in World War II as well. Till the end of it, he went into the Navy at the age of 17 and was on a mine sweep in the South Pacific. He walked every day too, up until the very last trip to the hospital. And even when I had to make the choice of palliative care or hospice care, he was asking, so if I do hospice, does that mean that I can't walk, that I have to, you don't attempt to get better? He was always thinking about, even though he knew he was dying, he wanted to improve the quality of his death, if that makes sense. Yeah, up until he went into the hospital. He came home from the hospital one day, hospice care, and he passed away that night. I was fortunate to be able to be there and hold his hand the entire time. Daddy says, "Sorry for your loss, Mocha." Teacup says, "I think not a terrible fate." No, I think not either. Definitely worse ways to go. Mocha says earlier, asked very politely if she could please have a high five. Did she get one? Did I miss it? Let's see. Goldie says, "Okay, lovely people, shouldn't we be celebrating fathers? Um, each one of you a funny story of your father." Interesting. Of course, not to belabor the point, but some of the things talking about my father bring me back to his death. Because it was so meaningful for me. But as a funny story, one of the ones my father used to always tell was being chased up a tree by a bear. He grew up. It was beyond rural. It's rural now. There's still only one stoplight in the whole county. It's just nothing but forests and mountains. He was pretty much left to wander on his own. And he had a dog, Maggie, was a hunting dog, a Springer Spaniel, and that was his first dog, and he named his last dog Maggie as well, Maggie the third. And Maggie went after some young bear cubs, friendly, just wanted to play. But of course, you can't play with bear cubs without the mother bear come running to see what's going on, and she went after my dad's dog. My dad's dog, being very smart, ran for my dad for protection, which meant the bear followed and started going after my dad. So he climbed up the tree. That's the funny story of my dad, of his life, that he was literally chased up a tree by a bear. Two Cap says, I have some great ones, but I'm getting in the car. Mocha says, funny story. We had a yard sale in front of our houses, and a couple of teenagers stole a bike. I remember this story. My father ran so fast he was flying, caught the kids, got the bike back. Never seen him run like that. And our father was a pretty big man, so he was probably scared the daylights out of those kids. Let's see. Muhammad says, I'm so happy. Today you are my big family. Happy to be part of your family, my friend. Mocha, Goldie, Eric, Daddy Door, UK Explorer, Bumblebee T, T-Cap. Definitely happy to have everyone as part of my family, that's for sure. Daddy says, my dad used to be a crane driver, and his career spanned 50 years, although he carried on 5 more years. Let's see, Goldie says, my dad wasn't married yet, and he went to the village to harvest the grapes, and he came back home 3-4 days later, totally wasted. What he didn't know is that they installed public lighting on his street. That must have been a surprise. Mocha says he definitely both surprised and scared them. They didn't expect that a middle-aged man could move that fast. Mocha says, yes, we are family Muhammad. As mentioned before, and speaking of family, I can't thank everyone enough for helping me get where I've arrived to with my channel. That when it's the first thing I thought of when I checked this morning, was I didn't get here alone, that's for sure. I can't take credit for any of this. Whenever there's a good live stream, it's because the right people show up. Very little to do with me. Speaking of Father's Day, I got a Father's Day present. I mentioned this to Dottie from Milka today. And I got a nice Happy Father's Day from my stepchild. I got night vision. Is that the right word? They're binoculars, but with a camcorder. I'm messing it up. Anyway, I get to take films at night, which just totally broadens my YouTube short game. There'll be no time that I can't get something. And often in the morning, right when it's still a little too dark, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. So usually I look forward to, getting that little bit of light so it broadens my ability. Now I'm looking forward to a little extra darkness. Muhammad said, my father married my mom in 1976. My big sister died. She was very sick. And my sister in 1977, me 78, and my brother in 81. I'm sorry for your parents' loss of their first child. Gordy says, my dad walks towards his home, knocks into someone, steps back and said, sorry, tried again and again. My grandparent was watching from the yard and laughed hard. My dad kept bumping into the streetlight. Funny. I got the visual of apologizing to the streetlight over and over again. Goody says, Muhammad, your younger brother is 1 year younger than me. Daddy says, my dad, when a young kid, told me about how his first job was a plower with 2 Shire horses, and in his lunch break, he would draw them. Later, he retired. He took up painting classes. That's awesome. Goldie says, see, made you laugh? Definitely made me laugh. Goldie was born in 1980. It's a good year for me. 80s were a pretty good decade for me. 90s were a bit of a haze. Things are a little fuzzy, what went on in the 90s. You would think that would be the same in the 80s, as that was my, from my early teenage years onwards. I graduated high school in 83. And in a way they were. I mentioned before I followed the Grateful Dead a bit. Experimented with some stuff. Dottie says his first painting was a horse. Awesome. You guys still have the paintings? Muhammad says, now I understand. God bless you, my friend Goldie. Two-Cap is going into the grocery store with my son. Talk to you later, lovely people. I will share some funny dad stories on my channel. Awesome. Hey, looking forward to checking that out. Goldie, that was a great suggestion. It's on his bedroom wall, framed. Awesome. I hope you guys are subscribed to Two-Cap's channel. He not only does he do the fitness stuff that so many of us do, but as well he talks quite a bit, and he's going to do more martial arts, specifically the Chinese internal martial arts. Let's see. How much heroin did I do? You know what? I had a conversation about that with Mocha. The answer is none, but other stuff. Mama says have fun. Two-Cap. Let's see. T says, I have a funny dad story. My dad corrupted me in playing a joke on his work colleagues. Sorry. We made a fake chocolate biscuit for the tea trolley. Too long to explain, but it worked. Let's see. I'm just imagining all the possibilities of that, T. Leonard says, you look like Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden has more hair than me. And he doesn't wear glasses. And he's 80. I like to think that I look a little younger than 80. Maybe not a lot younger than 80, but a little bit younger than 80. Oh, hey, T. T says, Yogi, I left your channel running. I hope it got your watch hours. It did get me watch hours, and I'm fully monetized now. So thank you. Thank each and every one of you. That's what I was thinking, Mocha. Mocha says, was it a chocolate laxative biscuit? That's what I was thinking. So, T, thank you very much for that. You guys pushed me over the edge. Any watch hours that, we saw what happened with Medic, how he would get so close. I think at one point he was under 10 hours, and then I would shoot back to 250. So, extremely fortunate. Muhammad says, finally, tomorrow I can drink with peace. No mom behind me because she was angry when I drank. That's what moms do. Let's see, Goldie says, Muhammad, the joy of not having a nagging mom around nearby. It's the nagging of love, though, that's for sure. T says, Mocha, it was better than that. I tried to explain it to Yogi, and he can share it. I was corrupted. I was about 15 years old. T says, Muhammad, enjoy the freedom. Goldie says, said a nagging mom. I'm going to say, my guess, a loving nag, a lovingly nagging, or a nagging done lovingly. Dottie says, off to bed now, guys. You all take care. You as well, Dottie. I appreciate you being here, as always. Let's see. So I look like Joe Biden. I think, better said, I think what he might have been implying is I look like Joe Biden if he did heroin. I get some interesting trolls, especially I get a laughing emoji from Goldie. Muhammad says, my mom, she believes I'm 13 years old. In our mom's eyes, we never age. We're always the person that they need to take care of. My 5 a.m. chats lately have been getting all kinds of funny people showing up. I think people want to I don't know. It's not like I think they want to see if they could get a reaction or break me. It all seems like it's done with a sense of playfulness, and I don't mind it at all. Muhammad says, yeah, you're right, my friend. Goldie says, no, we always want your best. This is true. Milka says, yes, you'll always be your mom's baby, no matter how old you are. Muhammad says his battery is dying. But we're probably going to do a short session live stream in celebration of the monetizing and in celebration of UK Medic. I want to make sure that I stopped over and I said happy birthday. But I want to hear other people wish me a happy birthday too. So I think like 5 more minutes and we'll say goodnight. Plus I need a early night. I put in a whole lot of later nights chasing after those watch hours. Goldie says, okay, Muhammad, safe travels. Indeed, safe travels, my friend. Sending prayers and love your way. Please tell your wife and kids that your friends on YouTube wish them the best as well. Muhammad says, thank you so much, my friend Goldie. So, hey, has any ads popped up? Hey, Muhammad. Oh, you said you're in Baghdad. So Baghdad to Turkey. Hope that is not too long of a travel, my friend, and I hope it's comfortable. Says, God bless you all, my big family. Oh, let's see. Goldie says, nope, you have to allow them in live stream. Huh, I wonder how I do that. I don't know that I need to. T says, Yogi, you have a good day. You as well. I'll actually be asleep shortly. Within the hour. Yep, Muhammad says right now, I'm in Baghdad. So what do you think? Should I do ads in the live stream, or is that going to annoy you guys? Because, hey, I'm here because of you guys. And I want to honor and respect you all. So let me know. I don't know what other people do. Muhammad says, tomorrow I will be in Turkey. Absolutely awesome. T says to Muhammad, safe travels. Mocha says, enjoy Turkey and your family. Cody says, it will enjoy me because I don't want to miss a nasty comment, but I want to watch your ads. Mocha says, if you run commercials, well, first I got to figure out how to do it. Everyone will understand. Goldie is split on it. I wonder if I have options for, I'll see what happens. Hey, Sean, how are you, my friend? Sean says, checking in, Eric, happy Father's Day. Hope all is well. Thank you, Sean. Happy Father's Day to you. I'm looking forward to the big comeback, and it's going to be big. Definitely the comeback story of 2024. And if Sean wants to come in sometime and share his story, that would be completely awesome. Muhammad says, Yogi, Cody, Milka, Eric, Bumblebee T, Two Cap, and all friends. I love my big family. Love right back at you, my friend. T says, ads annoy me too. But I understand they bring in revenue. Muhammad says, good night for me and happy weekend for you guys. Thank you. Sean says, working on it, moving through some red tape. Well, I've been thinking about you, my friend. Doesn't get any tougher. Of course, you've shown that for years on your channel. Putting in the hard work in the brutal Florida sun. T says, help a channel owner. Wolf, how are you, my friend? Muhammad says, bye guys, take care, my friend. So we got Wolf in the house, and we got Sean here for a little bit. So let's stay on just for a few minutes more. Hey, Wolf, I really appreciate your comment on the nature videos today and yesterday. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to consider if I want to annoy people more than I usually do. I mean, now I'm just naturally annoying, but if I put the ads in, then I'm going to be artificially annoying. Wolf says he's doing good, having a plate of spaghetti. That sounds good. I was able to stop in briefly and say hi to Barb, but didn't get a chance to spend a whole lot of time there. But hopefully tomorrow. I did talk to her on Facebook, and I thanked her for helping me with watch hours as well. You guys are awesome. See, T says, Wolf on Hollandaise. Hollandaise, am I saying that right? Sauce or just plain spaghetti? Bolognese, I believe, or sauce or just plain spaghetti. I got it now. Wolf says you're most welcome. Yeah, whenever I get a chance to film an owl in daylight, it just feels like they're presenting themselves to me. Always a cool thing. Wolf says with meat sauce. So, guys, I think I'm going to go over and check in on our friend UK Medic. See how he's doing. 65th birthday, that's a big one. As well, I promised I got a shout out from our friend Burpee Reaper. So I need to check out his video. And as I mentioned, I feel that sort of energetic drop. Not in a bad way, but when you spend several months or so pursuing something, and then you reach it, and you just sort of feel like you want to sit and think about the effort that went into it. Think about all the people, awesome people that helped you get here, and just sit with it. A little bit of quiet time. So, with that, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. Wolf says, 67 is only big when you're not there yet. This is true. I got a few more years for that. Oh, Eric LaPointe is here. Eric, how are you, my friend? Eric LaPointe, happy Father's Day. I don't know if I wished you that earlier. Tomorrow's Monday. We got a whole new week coming up. Maybe we'll get a chance to see some more burpees from Eric LaPointe. Maybe we'll get another trip on a tractor. It's all pretty cool. T says, let's see. Eric LaPointe says, great, you as well. You did, but thank you. And thank you in return. T says, good night, Yogi. Good night, T. Hopefully I'll be talking to you soon. And we get a thumbs up from Eric LaPointe. I will be seeing Mocha in the morning for a walk, along with Misty. T says hi to Eric LP. One day, maybe the next live. This only applies for certain people of a certain age. We're all going to have to talk about our favorite LPs, our favorite albums. Not our favorite CD, not our favorite cassette tape, but the actual drop on the needle on the album. And then for you 80s kids, sometime we're going to have to talk about our favorite MTV video. Back when they had MTV videos in the day. So, hey, maybe I'll see some of you over on Medics. I hope so. I'll be stopping in briefly. And I'm going to get an early night. Appreciate it, guys. Take care. Oh, Goldie says she never owned an LP. Interesting. I know 1980, so CDs were just getting big in the late 80s or so, mid to late 80s, and then pretty big in the 90s. That's when I bought all my CDs in the 90s. Took me a while, though. Did not want to get rid of my albums. I had quite a few favorite ones. Cassette, 80s kid, cassette. That's true. I skipped right over the cassette. Of course, in the 70s, we had LPs, and we had cassettes, and we had 8-tracks. I had my siblings' 8-tracks. Like I said, yes, records and cassettes. I was in front of the TV at the launch of MTV. Saw the very first video. I wasn't impressed. However, they used to have 60s flashbacks and 70s flashbacks every day at noon, and that was pretty cool. Mocha says, an 8-tracks. Yep, I had tons of 8-tracks. I don't think I ever bought an 8-track. I inherited them from my brother, my sister, and my brother-in-law. Also, well, I think I bought some, but they were at like yard sales, garage sales, stuff like that. Mocha says, August 1st, 1981, MTV. I was 16 years old. No, 81. I was, how old was I in 81? I'm blanking. Yep, I was 16. So, all right. I'm going to go, guys. Take care. Everyone have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goldie says 1. Waiting to see if there's a follow-up. One video. Milka says go to bed. Got to listen to that. Oh, she was 1, a little over a year. Yep. Born in 1980. An MTV baby. Yeah, but I got a few things to do before I go to bed. Again, I'm going to stop in, check in on Medic. I did send him a happy birthday when he first went live. Thanks to Goldie for reminding me. And I got to check out Burpee Reaper's reps as he tagged me. He did 6 counts for the first time. So, and then I'm going to go to bed. Guys, thanks again. Much appreciated. Take care.